Hey y'all, this is Marla K. Hope everybody is doing well. Got two stories that I want to share with you. They are about cryptocurrency, stable coins, and regulation. And the reason that I'm talking about these two stories because it's 2025. We're expecting the economy to collapse any day. We don't know when. I'm not putting a time frame on anything, but there is this anticipation for something big to happen, and it must take place in order for this country to collapse, in order for the chaos to ensue, so that they can bring the order that they need to have in order to transition into this international global system that they already have planned out. Everything is on schedule. It seems most people are unaware, believe that they are unaffected, believe that it's not coming, but these last minute moves that the feds are making, and in particular this particular administration, are glaring red flags to me. So I'm going to share them with you. I'm not going to delay. So this first story came from CoinDesk, and it came out on January 10th, 2025. So it says Biden's consumer watchdog pushes for last minute stable coin rule. So we need to pay attention to this because, they did not want, the powers or whatever, they pretended not to want cryptocurrency, stable coins, any of this digital currency stuff involved in the American economy. It was just a joke. It was not real. It was, whatever, whatever, whatever. And so now you have this desire to have it and to regulate it. And once they begin to regulate it, it is not going to be allegedly decentralized, which I never thought any of it was decentralized anyway. It's all a facade. If it's on a computer, and you need electricity to use it, and you got to have an IP address, and all these different things that you need in order to use this stuff, it's not decentralized because somebody has a ledger of every activity or transaction conducted on the internet. So no matter what they tell us, everything they tell us is a lie. And you have to look at who created this stuff. We already did that, a year or so ago. And, I just came to the conclusion that all these different coins and currencies and different tools that they are putting out are just to get the buy-in that they need. And once they get the critical mass, or the number or percentage of people across the globe that buy into this stuff or who believe it, then they're going to reveal the truth. And so I kind of feel like the truth is getting ready to be revealed, and everybody who is involved in this stuff is really just going to be like shocked. So I believe that this under the radar, last minute, before Code 45 takes office and people are distracted by fire and snow and cold and all these other things, alleged terrorist attacks, um, celebrity houses burning, the diddler files, uh, regular raccooning, and all kinds of stuff that keep black folks distracted. But everybody's distracted, except for the few of us who understand the times that we're living in. So to me, this is very suspicious, but the timing is everything. So again, to me, it just lets me know that whatever they're planning on doing for 2025, whenever this new administration takes office, if it is allowed to take office, then things will be in place that can't be rolled back. And it's going to be a very scary time because it just, to me, just signifies that the dollar is on its last leg. It's taking its last gasp for air. This is the death rattle. So we need to be prepared. And again, you need to be thinking about food, canned goods, dry goods, stuff in Mylar bags, seeds, medicinal herbs, spices, seasonings, things that you can consume. Um, should you not have any money, and things that you can barter with, because you can't eat gold and silver, you can't eat no cryptocurrency, and as a matter of fact, it ain't no good if it ain't no power. So, for everybody who's talking about, oh, I'm gonna have put my money in cryptocurrency, it don't work if you ain't got no lights. It don't work if your computer don't work. It don't work if the internet goes down. It don't work if there's no ATM in your community to get it out and use it, because they're all gone, or stores are closed, or the machines are damaged because people are desperate and breaking into everything, and so that thing is taken. So please don't put your faith in any type of money, because for a spell it's probably not going to be any good. What we're going to do about this digital stuff, I don't know. We really have not had a discussion about it, and I really don't. I don't know. I just don't know. Except for we know that it's all a step towards the beast system. So I don't know how far in we're going to have to go before we say no. We understand, Revelation 13, um, that tells you about the mark. We're close, so we need to really be paying attention to what's going on with this money, because this is a part of the no buy no sell system. So let's get into it. So it says the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau proposed a crypto rule just days before Code 45 takes the White House and can name a new agency head. So this is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sprung an 11th hour proposal on the crypto industry that would carry serious regulatory implications for stablecoin issuers and wallet providers. This is important because this is where the future of money or currency is going. This is the future of the no buy, no sell system. You're not going to have money in your hand to do transactions soon. So we need to understand that. These systems and test pilots have been done in large countries and third world countries, and so it has not hit us yet, but it's coming. Since this proposed regulation is at an early stage on the eve of Washington's transition of power, it's unlikely a like-minded director will be running the CFPB in the near future, so it's uncertain where this effort will wind up. My guess is it's going to wind up passing through in the 11th hour, and it's not going to be able to be rolled back, because it appears this administration that we have was instituted along with the last Democratic president. I'll just say that they were huge. They were responsible for implementing huge pieces to destabilize the Western nations, to run the psyop on our minds, and to usher in key aspects of the new global order that's getting ready to go live. So I don't think this is anything that is just, this article makes it seem like it's uncertain. I kind of feel like it's going to happen, just because of how Biden or whoever has been running the country and doing little stuff, not little stuff, big stuff at the last minute, right before his term ends. So I wouldn't take this story lightly. As crypto fan Donald Trump prepares to take the reins of the government, the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has pitched new regulations that will have a significant impact on stablecoin issuers and wallet providers through the proposal's future. Though the proposal's future remains in question. The CFPB took the first procedural step to open a proposal to public comment on Friday that would set up a framework to apply the Electronic Fund Transfer Act to virtual wallets and stablecoins. The digital tokens tied to the value of a steady asset, commonly the US dollar. So it said commonly the US dollar, but now it's going to include other stuff. While that has heavy implications to the way US stablecoin firms and crypto wallet providers would do business, it's a preliminary stage with Trump about to arrive at the White House with power to appoint a new CFPB chief. So this is going to have heavy implications because the whole benefit of these stable coins and cryptocurrencies was that it's decentralized, ain't gonna be regulated, la 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 la. Well, look at what's happening. Just like big old auntie told y'all, everything is just gonna shift. All of a sudden the government loves this stuff and they want to control it. They controlled it all along, but can't tell people nothing. So anyway, they just letting y'all know this is what they're getting ready to do because this was the goal all along. The economy is about to collapse, so they got to transition you and make sure you protected, because they always gonna sell you the new thing as protection and good for you. So that's what's happening. Unlike other agency heads, such as those at the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFPB Director Rohit Chopra appears unlikely to step down voluntarily. Since the agency's creation after the 2008 global financial meltdown, its leaders have often occupied a more aggressive posture than other regulators, and Republican lawmakers have actively sought to weaken CFPB's power. In 2020, the Supreme Court confirmed the president can fire and replace the director at will, a power Trump is expected to exercise. And y'all know they're selling Code 45 as the savior. He gonna stop the new global order. I don't think he's gonna stop anything. I think he's just gonna come in from a different angle and implement his pieces in a different type of way, whether it's through deregulation, whether it is the dismantling of existing systems. They are already talking about cutting government jobs, reducing or cutting government social programs, which will lead to a lot of poverty because a lot of people, elderly people, they were made a promise and they got something and they were getting something that they paid into. But a lot of us who work, we're not going to get anything we were promised. And so, it just is what it is. You know what's coming. You just have to kind of brace yourself for it. But I don't think Code 45 is coming in to do anything. If you don't know who Code 45 is, if you're new to the channel, Code 45 is Donald Trump. Paw Paw is President Biden. Those are my nicknames for him. So if you hear me say Code 45 or Paw Paw, that's what I mean. So Code 45 is not going to do anything different. He's not going to steer us away from the New World Order, but I think he will take a different route and he may take us there a little slower. But at the end of the day, the New World Order and instituting the no buy, no sell policy, the no buy, no sell system, it are the things that we need to be paying attention to. And this sealing, because the seal is going to dictate who belongs to the Most High and who belongs to the adversary or to this world or to Satan, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I'm looking at, and I don't see us not going there. I see we right on schedule. Seem like, no matter who you pick, everybody's playing on the same team. So that is something that people need to just kind of get into their minds and make peace with it. There ain't no good guys in this fight. So it says the last minute regulatory effort would have to survive the arrival of a Trump appointed leader before it could be finalized and put into effect. Even if this were a final rule, the Republican led Congress would have a chance to erase it with its Congressional Review Act authority. So it's possible, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. Um, it may get scrapped, but it may be reintroduced because again, this is the goal, and they're gonna have to get people who like these products to buy into it. And so, if you're talking about making it safe for them to use, then most people are going to fall for that because nobody wants to take a L, not really understanding that the whole system is a L. So, were to survive the regulation as proposed and now open for a public comment period, looks at stablecoins as a payment mechanism. The existing laws reference to funds should include stablecoins, the proposal suggests, and it could arguably also include other more volatile cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Quote, under this interpretation, the term funds would include stablecoins as well as any other similarly situated fungible assets that either operate as a medium of exchange or as a means of paying for goods and services, end quote, the proposal stated. That's all you need to know. To me, that's the crux of, you know, everything. They're getting ready to add these two things to law, which means they're going to be regulated, which means these um, wallets would have to, file reports with the government. It means they will have to track data. It means they will have to track users, although they're not talking about it. But if this law covers other types of digital currencies or digital mediums, it's going to also require these new mediums to do the same types of reporting. So I don't see any way around it. It additionally said the laws reach into financial accounts should include virtual currency wallets that can be used to buy goods and services or make person-to-person transfers, specifically if they're being used for retail transactions and not the buying and selling of securities or commodities. So this is also the crux of the issue because they talk about the types of things that you're going to use the currency for and the wallets for. So they say specifically for retail transactions. That means if you go to the store and buy bread, if you want to buy steak, if you want to buy lotion, if you want to buy some powder to put on your butt because it's itching, they're going to know about it. It's going to be regulated. But they don't want to know if you're buying and selling securities or commodities. So that means people who have money to invest in this stuff and are buying these certain types of things, they're not interested in those transactions because those things help the Ponzi scheme keep going. But they do want to regulate everybody when it comes to the retail transactions, and everybody has to make retail transactions. So, if you want to buy coffee, if you want to buy, weed, how you going to buy your weed? If you smoke weed, how you going to buy it? Unless you go to the dispensary. Because if you're buying it off the street, you can't do it with cryptocurrency because guess what? Now the Fed's going to know. So, everything, the way that we have been operating and doing business and conducting ourselves and having our independence and freedom is going away. If you wanted to go take your paycheck out of the bank and go get cash and go conduct all your business, go grocery shopping, get your car fixed, buy tires, pay the babysitter, all that is going away. It's going to have to be done virtually or it won't be able to be done at all. Now, I don't know how quickly this transition is going to take place. Are they going to allow people time before they put their foot down? But That's kind of what happened in other countries. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to do with us. But they might just be like, then we're going to have to put the whammy down on these Americans because they rebellious. I don't know. Just a thought. Institutions who provide such accounts will fall under regulatory requirements to make consumer disclosures and provide protections against unauthorized transactions and the ability to cancel improper transfers. So that's a lot of monitoring and that's a lot of centralized governance. So all of the beautiful glossy things that they said about this stuff is going away. These government demands could run afoul of the way crypto operations are often set up, such as in decentralized finance or DeFi, as person-to-person platforms without outside interference or with the wallet technology provided for users to run themselves. Consumer advocacy group Better Markets applauded the agency's proposal on Friday. So I want to go back up to this part where it talks about the decentralized finance. So like with Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all those different things, those things would be more regulated by the government. And that's the police is here. That's all I can say is it's not gonna be what it is. It was intended to be. It never was intended to be decentralized. It was sold as decentralized. And as soon as people got to liking it and investing in it, they switched up on y'all. So the CFPB's proposal today extends the EFTA protections to non-bank digital payment mechanisms, which is going to make them a bank essentially. Dennis Keller, the group's president, said in a statement that would not only protect consumers, they always talk about protection, but also level the playing field among digital payment mechanisms, whether involving a bank checking or savings account or another consumer asset account, such as those used by crypto and video game firms. The Cato Institute's Jack Soloway, a policy analyst at the conservative think tank, countered in a social media on social media site X that the CFPB's argument for this rule are embarrassingly conclusory without even dealing with decentralized ledgers and hosted wallets. They're not self-hosted wallets. These people don't care. They made everything. So people. Bill Hughes, director of global regulatory matters at Consensus, the Ethereum development company, also railed against the move on X, suggesting add this to the list of law by decree problems that need to be fixed. So, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, everybody's on the same team. They just got sides they got to play, and the ultimate goal is to do what they're attempting to do in this article. Now, I have one more story about crypto debanking. And this one is important because it is tied to some of the stuff that I I don't know. It's just tied to some stuff that I have on my mind, but the thing about the debanking it stuck out to me, and I'll talk about it in this article. As we get to it. So this also came out in Crypto Slate. It came out January 10th, 2025. And it says FDIC interim chair calls crypto debanking unacceptable amid concerns over Operation Choke Point 2.0. And I'm not getting, let me just give this disclaimer. I don't give nobody financial advice. My financial advice is take your money and buy you some grits, beans, rice. Get some water, some seasonings for your rice. Get you some fried rice mix. Get you enough water so that you can cook your rice. Get you some charcoal and some wood. Get you a saw. Get you a hand saw. I'm gonna tell you what to do with your money, but it ain't gonna be what you think I'm gonna tell you to do with your money because you can't eat none of this stuff, and it does not work if you don't have power. They're already talking about infrastructure issues. And so, if there's an EMP strike or a grid down situation, you ain't gonna be able to use none of this stuff. So you better have you some stuff that you can eat at your house. That's what I'm gonna tell you to do with your money. Courtesy of Marley K. Okay. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, Interim Chair Travis Hill acknowledged the agency's role in debanking crypto firms during a speech in St. Louis on January 10th. Oh, what in the world? No, I don't want that. Hill pointed to accounts of crypto related businesses losing access to banking services without explanation, placing them alongside historically debanked groups such as politically disfavored industries and individuals associated with controversial religious or political affiliations. Now, I want to talk about this because those are not the only people that are debanked. Those are the people who are being debanked today, or debanked since COVID, or debanked since, they have these mass political thingies. My thing is, people have been debanked for a long time. If you have bad credit, now banks get rid of you. If your account is overdrawn too much because you're poor, they debank you. If you can't have a checking account in some areas, maybe you don't have credit unions and you need a bank, you can't go to the bank and get a bank account because you don't have enough money to put in a bank account that they can use. As fast as you get your money, you need to use it because you're poor. So a lot of people who are debanked actually they go to other places to cash their checks, like Walmart, like to the liquor store, like to whoever will cash their check, and they pay whatever fee that the bank could be getting, and they take the L and they go on about their business. So this whole thing about debanking is a very interesting conversation because this particular piece focuses on I'm gonna say high value groups and individuals who are debanked, but they don't focus on the majority of people, but that are debanked, the poor people. I'm gonna get back to that because at the end of the day, this whole process, we were the guinea pigs, or the poor people, or regular folks were the guinea pigs for debanking. Coming full circle, this is gonna be a way for everybody to be banked with this digital stuff. And who's gonna buy into it? Who's gonna be excited about it? Poor people. Just like they love Cash App, they love Zelle, they love all these different little, peer-to-peer money exchange tools, these DeFi tools. Those are going to help usher in this no buy no sell system. And I feel as though they have the critical mass that they need. All right, so it says Hill pointed to accounts of crypto related businesses losing access to banking service without explanation, placing them alongside. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. He asserted that such efforts are unacceptable and incompatible with FDIC's mission to reduce the number of unbanked Americans, Hill added. A long-standing goal of the FDIC's has been to decrease the number of people who are unbanked. Efforts to debank law-abiding customers are unacceptable. I've always felt like this. Having the misfortune of having bad credit or being poor or whatever, like anything could make you have bad credit. You could lose your job by no fault of your own, or you could just get fired because whatever, you got fired. But it could throw you behind, and you could not keep money in your bank account, or your account could be constantly overdraft. They see you as a risk, they debank you, or whatever reason. You could have wage garnishment. You could have a lot of issues, any type of issue, and the banks get to decide that you're debanked. Not only that, you don't have a choice now whether you are banked or not, because most employers don't want to give you a paper check. We used to get a paper check back in the day. You could take your little check and cash it wherever and keep folks out your business. Not no more. You got to deal with the bank. So they want everybody plugged into a bank, and if you're plugged into a bank, guess what? They can monitor what you do. Your money can go directly into your bank account. Then they can know when you go to the store and get some pads. They can know when you go to the liquor store and get your liquor. They know when you go to the grocery store how much meat you buy. If you buy eggs, if you go to the herbal supplement store, they'll know everything. So the goal is to debank people intentionally and then come up with an alternative so that you will have something else to go to. So this is Hill's remark. Hill's remarks bring new clarity to what critics have called Operation Chokepoint 2.0, an alleged effort by the President Papa to hinder U.S. crypto industry growth. And you can say it's growth or whatever. It's just, it is what it is. It's the no buy, no sell system. He further urged regulators to end debanking practices and emphasized that the FDIC must ensure no staff members engage in tactics that pressure banks to drop law-abiding customers. Nick Carter, co-founder of Coinmetrics, said Hill's admission is a massive sea change at the agency. He added that he expects things will change in a huge way on January 20th when Code 45 takes office. No more pause letters. The interim chair also criticized the FDIC's current approach to crypto, which he described as overly cautious and stifling innovation. He highlighted revelations that FDIC sent pause letters to over 20 banks instructing them to halt crypto-related activities. These actions, he said, contributed to the perception that the FDIC is hostile toward blockchain and distributed ledger technologies. No, they ain't hostile towards nothing. We just got to pretend. Everything is, we're in a movie. This is the Matrix. Don't forget it. Recently, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Greway, I don't know, shared some of the pause letters revealing that the FDIC asked banks to halt or avoid offering crypto-related services and simple products such as Bitcoin buying. Hill called for resetting the agency's digital asset strategy and advocated for clear and transparent guidance on legally permissible activities and how to conduct them safely. So, again, I just want to share this story with you because the transition is happening quietly, and most people are not really paying attention to it. They don't really understand it. So as these regulations and as these discussions are happening, as these last minute things are taking place during the end of Papa's administration and what is going on at the beginning of the next administration, it is to me it's just a matter of time. uh, you know this stuff is going to be regulated. There will be no more decentralized nothing. And once this is done here in America, it's a done deal for the rest of the world. The beast will, be ready to take hold, and the system can go down because when it comes back up, all the pieces that they need to have in place will already be in place, and the laws will already be on the books to regulate stuff. So by the time people figure out, oh, I don't want that stuff, you can't buy, you can't participate in a no buy no sell system. You're already in a no buy no sell system. You got to make a choice. So this is why I want to talk about it, so that you can be reading this stuff. Links will be in the description. You can think about it. um, don't think about it from a investor perspective. Think about it from a biblical prophecy perspective about not being able to sell without that mark of the beast. And this is this prelude to the demand of, if you don't do these things, you won't be able to buy or sell. Um, Again, I don't know. I have a lot of questions. I don't know how far we're going to be able to go into this system before we have to opt out of it. And, I've been saying for a long time, technology is not our friend. No matter how much they try to sell it to us, it's not going to make our life better. It's not going to make our life easier. It's a trap. And, we need to come to terms with that and prepare. As you can see, Code 45 is all in with it. They all know that the dollar got to die. People are de-dollarizing, nations are de-dollarizing every day. And so they have to, do their part to usher in this new system, because it's a global system. It's not just a national thing. And our people are not ready. Our people are not ready. So when you're not ready, what's going to happen? You're going to be hungry. You're not going to be thinking biblically. You're just going to be thinking desperately, because you got kids that need to eat. You need to pay your light bill. You don't have no rice. You didn't prepare. You don't have water. You don't have utilities. You don't have anything that you need to survive for a little while, or to just come out of the system. You ain't got no tents. You don't have your porta potties. You don't have nothing. You don't have no shovel. You don't have matches, candle. You don't have nothing. So people are going to go into the system and accept these things and not be able to get out of it, because they're never going to be able to prepare. And then once you go to this system, you're gonna be under constant surveillance. Like, most people are under constant surveillance now. They just don't realize it. But once all these other things are in place in the system transitions, it's gonna be very difficult. And this is the year that a lot of the transition takes place. So make no mistake, a lot of these things are happening right at the end of um, Biden's administration, quietly happening. Most people are not paying any attention to it, but this is tied to the no buy, no sell system. So that's why we're talking about it. We're watching everything. And I want to just talk about this before the inauguration, if there is inauguration. But we're going to talk about it, because these are things that y'all need to be thinking about. I have to think about. I have to figure out my life, just like y'all got to figure out y'all life. I'm not giving out any financial advice. This is not a financial advice video. This is about biblical prophecy, the no buy, no sell system, um, being sealed, or having a mark. That's all I got. All right, so please leave your comments in the comment section below. Um, any ideas on what we supposed to do? Anybody see anything else that I missed? Let me know. I'm just a messenger, but I thank the Most High for putting these stories in front of me so that I have time to read when I can't sleep, and I can share them with you. So anyway, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. If you like this type of content, please consider supporting the channel. This channel is not monetized. Links to my Venmo and my coffee are in the description. Follow me on Rumble and Odyssey. The links are also in the description. In the event that this channel goes down, and there is still internet, I will most likely be posting to Rumble. And a lot of the old content that I have on YouTube will be on Rumble, and most of it on Odyssey, but they stopped updating those channels because of some copyright something from Google. Well, if y'all don't know about Google, I don't know what to tell you, but anyway, Google controls YouTube. So if you want this content, or there are videos or topics that you are interested in, I recommend you go ahead and download those so you'll have them in the future to reference, because the internet can go down at any time. People are waking up, and as they wake up, things are changing. The internet has changed a lot. You can't find a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is hidden. So do your best to get your information while you still can. Lastly, continue to pray, seek the Most High in everything that you do. Repent daily for sins of commission and sins of omission. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and please make sure that you are doing what you need to do to prepare your household in the way that the Most High leads you for what's coming. Because I honestly feel like the economy is getting ready to collapse. I don't have any proof. I'm not giving you a time frame, but it feels really close just based on the behavior of the rich, based on some of the laws that are being passed, things like this that are happening in the 11th hour at late night when nobody's paying attention and all these other distractions are happening. That's when I start, they tell you to look this way. I look the other way. So this is one of those look the other way situations, and I kind of feel like this is important, especially for those of us who are believers and those of us who understand what this no buy no sell system will mean to us. Pray that the Most High keeps His chosen people covered, that He awakens more of our people, and that we can work together to get through this, because it's going to be very difficult. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because the Most High can do anything. Anything. He can protect anybody. He can make a Goshen anywhere. Let us pray that our people wake up and come together, because we are not prepared for what's about to happen, and it's going to happen suddenly. The Bible tells you it's going to happen suddenly, and all the pieces appear to be in place for that to happen. All right, this is Marla K. Love y'all, and I am out.